Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some Halo 4 gameplay. The score in the background is a 40-1, it's on Simplex CTF. For some reason, at this point in time, I'm getting a ton of Simplex gameplays, not really sure why. Probably because it's quite prominent in Ricochet. It's obviously still popular in CTF. I think it is probably my favourite map in this game. Dispatch is pretty high up there at the moment. I'm loving Dispatch. I know they're saying they're going to take it out of V4, which might eventually mean they take it out of playlists. I really hope they don't, because Dispatch, in my opinion, is an amazing map, but that's just me. And just the Forge maps in general, I think, like, the advancement of Forge maps from Halo Reach has been so good. Like, you know, you can complain that Halo 4 Forge maps look a little bit washed out at times, and maybe it could do with a little bit more color and vividness and etc, etc. But still, like, in comparison to Halo Reach, these maps definitely have more of their own vibe and atmosphere than they did Halo Reach. Like, Halo Reach, you go into a Forge map, and sometimes you're just wondering, what map am I on? I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. There's just a big grey blob in front of me at spawn. Whereas this, you at least kind of know where you stand, you know the feel of the map, and you're not finding yourself getting lost and confused too often. And I personally love the Forge maps, and I feel like if they improve even more in Halo 5, they will be such a strong addition to the game, and it really makes Halo stand out from other games. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the latest Halo 4 bulletin, because there was quite a big talking point in it. In the they basically revealed the rotating playlists, because they were kind of being a bit sketchy about it. They weren't actually announcing what the playlist... Well, they announced what the playlists were going to be, but they said it was all subject to change. And as far as I'm aware, they haven't actually changed that much. But they've changed a few things here and there. So I thought I'd go over each playlist and discuss my thoughts on them, and tell you the pros and cons of maybe each one. So the first one is King of the Hill, which we're experiencing right now. King of the Hill has been a bit of a disappointment in my opinion, just because they've made it Majestic DLC only. I love King of the Hill. It's in my top 3 objective playlist, that's for sure. Maybe even better than CTF. If they got the spawns right, the maps right, and just worked everything to how I'd want them to, King of the Hill could definitely be up there. It's really fun for high-scoring gameplays, for going for the win. If there was one playlist that I wanted to play the objective in, it would be King of the Hill. And it's just so disappointing that we currently stand at 240 numbers on it. Like, 240. That's a joke. That's, like, unacceptable. Like, that's the second lowest to Team Throwdown. Like, I just don't understand. So I really hope they sort that out. Like, I don't want them to put King of the Hill at a disadvantage going into this. Anyway, next playlist is Oddball. Now, Oddball is a playlist that's just felt a little bit disappointing in this game. I'm not really sure why. I feel like when I heard about the throwing the oddballs, I was really hoping that would add a really large dynamic to the game and it would really mix things up. But in actual practice, it kind of haven't. It usually just ends up in people panic throwing it right at the last second, or like throwing it off of the map, which in itself can be kind of frustrating because they always do it. You know, people already dropped it off of the map and killed themselves. Now people are throwing it every single chance they get, and every single chance they're under a threat of danger. So it kind of just... It's just like picking up litter, almost. That's what it feels like. Oh, I've got to go pick up my oddball. Oh, someone's thrown it off again. Got to go pick up my oddball. I don't know why I said pick up litter. That's not a very good analogy, but whatever. So for me, Oddball, I can't say I'm particularly excited. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. Community Forge Ricochet, that's the big one for me. I am so excited to see what the community come up with. I really hope they've been innovative and they've come up with some weird and wacky ideas. And it's just going to be amazing to test these maps out. I'm someone who gets such a kick out of testing new maps out. And playing new maps in general, it's honestly one of the most exciting parts about playing an FPS game for me. Learning the ins and the outs, trying to learn it before the other players do. And map knowledge can be so crucial in a Halo game, especially amongst the top tier of players. You want to be able to learn certain jumps that you can just exploit and stuff. And you know there's going to be a ton of that in Community Forge, and you know they're not going to disappoint. So I'm so excited for that. I can't big up just how excited I am. The next playlist is Multi-Team. Now, Multi-Team, I've complained about in the past. I really think it needs a couple of changes here and there. Personally, I think it should be 4 teams of 2. I think that with the current state of the maps in Halo 4, I feel like this game was built for 4 teams of 2 multi-team, because it's got a lot of maps like Simplex, Dispatch, Haven. It's got 4 opposing sides, and when you just add in 2 more teams to that chemistry, it just it complicates things, and it makes it not as fun because people can just randomly spawn behind you. They have to spawn them somewhere, so they end up spawning a little bit too close than you'd like, a little bit too close for comfort. Whereas on Simplex and Haven and Dispatch, you've got the 4 opposing sides, and you'd have your own breathing room, you'd have your own space, and I think it would just work extremely well. And personally, like, I don't think the big maps are particularly great in Halo 4, so I don't think that's something that multi-team can really exploit and do well. I think we got big team battle for that anyway, so why do we need it? That's just my opinion. I really hope they shorten down the number of players and maybe change the maps around, because we've got so many great maps in our arsenal as of now. So, yeah, I just hope they change it. Dominion is next. Dominion needs to be changed in some way. I can't really say how. I'm not an expert, but Dominion isn't popular, and it isn't working, and it isn't fun. It just, I can't explain why. I wish I could tell you why, but it's not to my taste, and I know it's not to a lot of other people's taste. Maybe it's the amount of players, maybe it's the way too many power weapons and too many banshees and random stuff spawns in each base when you've captured it. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert. I don't know. I haven't even played it enough to say, you know, to be able to critique it effectively. The next playlist is Race. I'm excited for Race. Race should be cool. I can't say that I'm much of a racer, but maybe this will get me back into it. You know, I always love doing it on customs occasionally. I never have a bad time of it. It's always fun. Maybe uploading a couple of those here and there. Maybe you guys might get a kick out of it. Who knows? I'm open-minded to it. And then Rocket Race, which is also similar. Rocket Race, I friggin' loved in Halo 3, I can't lie. I'm one of these people who would just get other people out there mongooses and then try and melee them in the back for like 10 minutes flat and not get bored of it ever. I love Rocket Race, and I feel like Halo 4's chaotic nature could really work in favor with Rocket Race. I hope it does. So I'm actually looking forward to that. But either way, from a commentator's point of view, I'm very, very grateful for this, that they've given us these updates and we know what's coming in the future, and we've got stuff to be excited about, and we've got stuff to be talking about and talking points, etc. It's very cool. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the playlist as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I've been Modest Major. Peace out.